Hey, so I finally I figured this out to do the recording while I'm here. So I'm here rocking the Snoopy hat. Got this in Taiwan last year. Oh man, it was really just a year ago. This is my house, my kitchen. I got like a boomerang right there. Look, yeah, this is fun. Yeah, right there. It's like I hear this warning. It goes intruder alert, and then I come through and I just like cock that up and go whoosh, and that's how I deal with trouble. Um, so what I want to do here is just kind of show you what's good with the lab. Here's some sample data which you can take a look at as well. This is not what we're going to be using. We're going to be using some data on deaths of people who have interacted with the police, right? So part of this is there is like a social justice element to what we're doing here. And what I want you to learn to do is to take statistics that, real statistics that people collected and understand them and analyze them. And I don't really care what your politics are. It's okay with me, but I want you to be able to make an argument using data, to understand an argument that somebody else is making. You might say, hey, I don't like that argument. And I want you to be able to go ahead and say, okay, this is why I don't like that argument. Okay? So now that we're on the same page, this is a data set. Take a look. There's latitude and longitude. In ours, there will not be latitude and longitude. There will only be a city. But that lat and lon means that we can go ahead and map it. And then each one of these variables is based on a survey, and we ask questions. And you'll have this in your lab, and there'll be this data dictionary. And it's going to tell you the questions that were asked and what each one means. So there's commute. You can follow along here with the data set, and there's commute there. Okay, and commute has three possible values: bike, drive, and public transportation. What is your preferred method of transportation? Where are you from? Grow up has three responses as well. So I want you to take a look at that. So there's a few things that I'm going to have you do here. Again, I don't want to keep this too long. And that's you're going to do a frequency table. You're going to create some histograms. You're going to just organize this data and make some sense of it. Next week, we're going to go look at average and standard deviation, and that'll be separate. Okay, so let's say we want to count, okay, how many people there are in this data set. Okay, we'll scroll down and we see that we go down to 298. That means there's 298 rows. The first row here is called the header. It has the titles. So 298, and we subtract 1 for the header, so that means there are 297 cases here, or 297 people that were interviewed. Each one of these columns represents a different question that was asked. Okay? And what those questions were and what those categories mean are in the dictionary tab. Okay, so let's get to it. So we're going to want to do a frequency table for commute, right? We want to know how many people walked, how many people took public transportation, traveled by car, etc. According to our dictionary, bike, drive, and public transportation. Okay, so what you do is you highlight this column and watch carefully over here under commute as I do this. I'm going to go sort and filter. I'm going to sort from smallest to largest. Expand the selection means it's going to change everything else along with it. We want to keep the quality of these rows. So we're going to do that because we want case with this latitude and longitude to be connected to we want this person and where they answered the question to be linked to how they answered these questions. Okay, so we sort. And now what's happened is all the ones are grouped together, all the twos are grouped together, and all the threes are grouped together. Sorting is going to be something you're going to use over and over again, and it's one of our most powerful tools. Okay, so now we can have 1, 2, and 3. And if you remember correctly, right, 1 is bike, 2 is drive, 3 is public transportation. How many ones are there? Okay, so we can highlight all the ones till they turn into the twos. And If I move myself here, I can see that there's a count of 121. Okay, 121. So the count is 121. And if we wanted to make a percentage out of that, we would do it equals, and that's to do a function or an equation here. And then we would divide 121, the number of ones are people who answered in this survey that they ride a bike, and divide it by 297 and multiply by 100. These are simple tools to make sense of a large complex data set. We want to draw simple insights out. So 40.74% of people, right, in this survey answered 1. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. As promised, it's 6 minutes, so let's just stop this video.